It was meant to be a day of peace, of prayer, of shared faith. Eid al-Adha, a holy day for Muslims worldwide, turned into a scene of chaos and fear in Hartford, Connecticut. A state representative, a mother, an American, was brutally attacked. Her name, Mariam Khan. This was not just an assault on a woman, it was an attack on a community, on an ideal. The nation watched, horrified as the details unraveled. Andre Desmond, the assailant, was apprehended swiftly. The charges were severe, the evidence seemingly irrefutable. But beyond the legal battle lay a deeper wound. This act of violence in a place of worship, during a sacred celebration, shook the very foundations of our perceived security. It forced us to confront the uncomfortable reality of hate in our midst. This wasn't some distant news story. It was a stark reminder that the venom of prejudice can seep into even the most hallowed grounds. The attack on Representative Khan transcended the political. It became a searing indictment of the hate that still festers in the shadows of our society. We were left grappling with questions that cut to the core of who we are. The attack on Representative Khan was a betrayal of the American promise. It was a stark reminder of the work that remains to be done in the fight for equality and justice. We must ask ourselves, can we truly claim to be a nation of liberty when our elected officials live in fear, when our places of worship are no longer sanctuaries? These are the questions that haunt us, the questions that demand our attention. Mariam Khan, a daughter of immigrants, embodied the American dream. She rose from humble beginnings to become a voice for the voiceless. As a state representative, she fought for healthcare, education, and social justice. She was a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of resilience. On the other side stood Andre Desmond. Details about his life remain shrouded in the aftermath of his actions. His motives, his rage, remain a chilling enigma. What darkness consumed him, driving him to such an act of violence? The stark contrast between these two individuals only amplifies the tragedy. A woman dedicated to serving her community, attacked while practicing her faith. This clash of narratives underscores the deep divisions within our society, the chasms of understanding that seem impossible to bridge. The fact that the attack took place during Eid, a time of celebration and reflection for Muslims, adds another layer of complexity to this narrative. It highlights the vulnerability of minority communities, even in moments of joy. It underscores the constant fear that many live with, the knowledge that their faith, their very presence, can be perceived as a threat. The wheels of justice turned, slowly but surely. The trial of Andre Desmond became a public spectacle, a referendum on hate and accountability. The prosecution presented a compelling case, emphasizing the brutality of the attack and the impact on Representative Khan and the Muslim community. The defense argued for leniency, citing Desmond's mental state and lack of prior criminal history. The jury's verdict, when it finally came, was a mixed bag. Desmond was found guilty of assault, but acquitted of hate crime charges. This sparked outrage and debate across the nation. The sentence, handed down weeks later, felt like a hollow victory to some. Desmond received a significant prison term, but it did little to soothe the pain or address the underlying issues. Many questioned whether true justice had been served, whether the punishment truly fit the crime. The absence of a hate crime conviction left a bitter taste. It felt like a denial of the undeniable, a refusal to acknowledge the role of prejudice in this act of violence. The sentence, while significant, couldn't erase the trauma inflicted upon Rep. Khan, her family, or the Muslim community. It served as a stark reminder of the limitations of the justice system, its inability to fully address the complexities of hate. Solidarity and fear. America reacts. The attack on Representative Khan sent shockwaves through the nation. Politicians from both sides of the aisle condemned the violence, offering words of support and solidarity. Yet, beneath the veneer of unity, a deeper unease lingered. The Muslim community, already grappling with rising Islamophobia, felt a renewed sense of vulnerability. Mosques increased security measures, parents hesitated to send their children to Islamic schools. Fear, an unwelcome guest, found a home in their hearts. But amidst the fear, there was also resilience. Communities rallied around Representative Khan, offering messages of support and strength. Interfaith vigils were held, a testament to the power of unity in the face of hate. Strangers reached out with acts of kindness, small gestures that spoke volumes. The attack sparked a national conversation about hate crimes, religious intolerance, and the safety of public officials. It forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves, to acknowledge the bigotry that continues to plague our society. A long shadow reflections on representation and justice. The attack on Representative Khan left an indelible mark on the American psyche. It forced us to confront the fragility of our democracy, the vulnerability of those who dare to represent the marginalized and the oppressed. Her story is not an isolated incident. It is but one chapter in the ongoing saga of America's struggle with race, religion, and representation. From the halls of Congress to the streets of our cities, the fight for equality continues. The quest for justice is a long and arduous one. It requires more than just laws and punishments. It demands a fundamental shift in our hearts and minds. We must confront our own biases, challenge prejudice wherever it rears its ugly head. The attack on Representative Khan was a tragedy, but it was also a call to action. It reminded us that the fight for a more just and equitable society requires constant vigilance, unwavering courage, and an unyielding commitment to the ideals of equality and justice for all.